Hostages could be coming home.
I can assure you that we will be respectful of any agreement.
After negotiations between Israel and Hamas. A preview into Thanksgiving.
They've already changed hours 3 times in the last 4 hours.
And what to expect on this year's Turkey Day. And a legendary stadium.
When you go there, you have to be great.
Its story and impact on South Florida athletes. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Kenneth Bueno.
I'm Kelly Sanchez. Today's Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
A breakthrough deal between Israel and Hamas as the war in Gaza continues to transpire. Israel and Hamas have reached a deal to release some hostages held captive by the militant group.
As CNN's John Lawrence reports, this milestone in the war will also set free Palestinian prisoners.
A major milestone in the Mideast.
I just can't wait to see the picture of the children, of the innocent people going out from there after so many days.
At least 50 of the 239 hostages held captive by Hamas in Gaza will soon be set free, possibly as soon as Thanksgiving, according to separate statements from Israel and Hamas.
Every hostage that release is a really good news for the family, and in particular the children.
After a 6-hour-long meeting Tuesday, the Israeli cabinet overwhelmingly approved the agreement with Hamas, which calls for a 4-day pause in Israel's air and ground campaign. Israeli officials say the ceasefire could potentially be extended for the release of additional hostages.
I can assure you that we will be respectful of any agreement and we will honor the commitments made by the Israeli government. I can only hope that our enemies will do the same.
President Joe Biden issued a statement saying that, quote, "Today's deal should bring home additional American hostages, and I will not stop until they are all released." As for what lies ahead, Israel appears to be taking a trust but verify stance.
We will be very vigilant on the ground because we have bad experiences with Hamas from 2014 when they violated an internationally brokered ceasefire.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
This morning, the city of Miami Beach wakes up with a new mayor. Stephen Minor, a former city commissioner, won by a near margin, obtaining 54% of the votes. He is set to be sworn in next week in succession to former mayor Dan Gelber, who was term limited. Though both Minor and his opponent Michael Gongora ran on a platform of safety, Minor said that what separated him was that his campaign was, quote, all about the residents.
This morning, there is renewed hope in a search for 3 missing fishermen on the East Coast. Kim Jones's son was one of those men who went missing on the Georgia coast about a month ago. Today, the search continues as the family found debris on the boat washed up near St. Augustine. Though it was only a fish box, she and the others surveying the Florida coast have hope that the men will turn up.
It's pretty emotional to see, because it's been a month now, to actually see some type of debris that was identified and confirmed to be part of the Carol Ann. So just praying and hoping that, you know, they're in the life raft and that would be following the same trajectory as, you know, that Ben.
The U.S. Coast Guard temporarily renewed the search after finding the fish box, and the crew will begin looking again if anything arises.
This morning, American Airlines is under fire for a leaked video in which a couple of their airline workers are seen mishandling a passenger's wheelchair. The video, shot by a passenger on a flight going out of Miami International Airport, caught a baggage handler placing the wheelchair on a ramp and letting it crash on the tarmac. The workers looked to be laughing throughout the video. American Airlines announced it will improve employee training, while the Transportation Department said it will launch an investigation into the incident.
The holiday of giving thanks is tomorrow, and already Americans are traveling to their long weekend destinations and preparing their meals. CNN's Pete Muntean gives us a preview of the day before Thanksgiving.
A crammed Thanksgiving for travel is on. From Chicago,
I'm feeling really
really positive.
To Dallas.
Check the gates. They've already changed hours 3 times in the last 4 hours.
To LA, where gas is averaging above $5 a gallon.
I had to pay for it no matter what.
AAA says 49 million people will take road trips over the next 5 days as air travel is rebounding from cold rain and wind that swept through East Coast airports. When Wednesday is finished, airlines are expected to have operated 49,000 flights. 2.7 million people are projected to pass through TSA checkpoints nationwide.
Think through the process steps you're going to go through screening, because you don't want to be that passenger that holds everybody else up.
At United Airlines' Washington Dulles hub, workers are rushing to get 200 daily flights parked, boarded, and pushed back in 4 major shifts starting early in the morning. United Airlines says its planes will be full, not only on the busy travel days, but also on days that haven't been busy before. The rush is getting longer, it says, thanks to remote work and hybrid schedules.
People are able to leave earlier and stay longer. Sunday after Thanksgiving is still going to be the busiest day of the year for us.
One challenge, a shortage of air traffic controllers. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg stresses weather is the top cause of cancellations.
Mother Nature, of course, is the X factor in all of this.
Peak road travel is yet to come, with AAA anticipating traffic will hit its high on Wednesday. On the 5 in Los Angeles, traffic is expected to spike, taking a full 3 hours to get to Bakersfield. At rush hour on Friday, the trip from Birmingham to Atlanta will nearly double along Interstate 20. And on Sunday, add an hour between Houston and San Antonio when traffic climbs 40% on Interstate 10.
Many people, they don't have a choice but to leave on Wednesday afternoon, which we say is the worst time to be on the roads ahead of Thanksgiving.
That was CNN's Pete Muntean reporting. American Airlines has canceled 2 flights out of the 23,000 estimated between last Thursday and Sunday.
This morning, people in Iceland are concerned over the high probability of a volcanic eruption happening in the coming days. CNN's Fred Playton has more on the ongoing story.
Taking off straight to the emergency zone. We're on a mission with Iceland's Coast Guard to the already affected area by what could soon be a massive volcanic eruption.
You can see how everything here is on knife's edge, but of course, the authorities are doing everything they can to save the town and save the infrastructure.
The town is called Grindavik. Massive cracks in the roads show the places where pressure from an underground magma stream has already burst through the Earth's crust. The ground now uneven, as the crew says they've been observing the rift widening in the past days.
We see differences between days. Sometimes we see the crack a little bit wider.
Grindavik was evacuated and could soon be completely destroyed by hot lava, authorities fear.
From up here, you can already see just how extensive the damage already is to the town of Grindavik, and that crack that you see runs all the way to the ocean.
Iceland is in an area of massive volcanic activity. While this part of the country had been dormant for around 800 years, scientists say, in the past 2 years, volcanic activity has come back to life with several major eruptions. We fly over the most recent one, past the mouth of the volcano and over seemingly endless lava fields still steaming hot even months after the actual eruption ended. On the ground, crews are working around the clock to try and build a berm to protect this geothermal power plant. And we also see the world-famous Blue Lagoon hot springs, normally a major tourist attraction, now closed down and also evacuated. The economic toll already immense.
What do you think it means for the people there?
I can't even imagine, losing their houses and maybe their, work, their whole life. It's crazy.
Iceland's government says a major eruption here remains highly likely, and it could happen in a matter of days. Iceland's Coast Guard aviators say they are on alert all the time.
In case of the volcano starts, then we will fly over the area to help to evacuate the people.
Fred Playton, CNN, Reykjavik, Iceland.
A very iconic soccer jersey goes on sale.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
So the tradition of Traz is really just being the best version of yourself. That's what Traz means. When you go there, you have to be great.
History and tradition meet the future of football talent at a local South Florida stadium. Stick around, Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive, ZWX. You're not okay to drive. YGKLVW. Regular you.
From sports to film, a legacy of an iconic football stadium in South Florida. For many NFL stars, the path to a successful career included a visit to a historic high school football stadium in Westview.
Traz Powell Stadium remains a staple in the journey for future football talent. Caplin's Job Charles gives us insight.
Hey guys, as you can see today, I'm here at Traz Powell Stadium, the Mecca, where it was featuring all teams of South Florida, Pee Wee football. Kids were happy, family was happy. The film that came out in September, filmed by Nicholson Guerrier, this is an amazing experience, and I encourage anyone to come out to Traz Powell Stadium.
So the tradition of Traz is really just being the best version of yourself. That's what Traz means. When you go there, you have to be great.
Nicholson Guerrier is a director and filmmaker who captured the story of Traz Powell Stadium in Liberty City in his document called The Mecca, Legends of the Traz Powell Stadium.
Like, this is a great stadium. We have great people that make up this stadium. And if we all come together, like, we can make this a movie every night.
Traz represents the soul of the community as a venue where countless generations of supporters have gathered to cheer on neighborhood teams, creating an electrifying atmosphere and place where kids growing up in difficult conditions can make a better life for themselves and their families.
I think that individual greatness and that responsibility to be great is what you're going to get, is what the youth is going to get once they go through Traz.
Guerrier spent the last year putting together his documentary and capturing the essence of the Mecca. He says his dream is to screen the movie on the 50-yard line with tens of thousands of people in the stands, including some of the biggest names in music and sports that grew up here. This would be a night to remember for ages. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm Job Charles.
A set of jerseys worn by soccer sensation Lionel Messi during the Qatar World Cup last year will sell at an auction for high prices. Sotheby's, an auction house, will sell the Argentine captain's 6 jerseys from the month-long tournament next week. The set is expected to sell for more than $10 million and will make it the most valuable collection of sports memorabilia. The online auction for these jerseys will run from November 30th to December 14th. You're watching Newsbreak. We'll be coming right back.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible, she must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Kelly Sanchez.
I'm Kenneth Bueno. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu. Happy Thanksgiving.